When I was 18, I graduated high school and had a year before I served my LDS mission. I went to Salt Lake Community College in the pre-engineering program, and I landed a really neat internship with Salt Lake County Public Works. My boss's name was Lamar, and he had more years of experience than I had alive. I remember on one job, Lamar brought me aside and he said, "Dave, do you know why we're out here on the road inspecting these cuts?" I said, "Well, we're monitoring traffic and we're monitoring safety." And he pointed to the hole and he said, "Dave, how many layers do you count in that hole?" I said, "There's 4 layers." He said, "No, there's 5. He said, "How thick is that asphalt?" I said, "Well, that asphalt's 3-4 inches thick." He said, "It's 7 inches thick." He said, "Engineers before us designed this road so that it will be able to handle the traffic and the longevity of the road. And we're here to make sure that those materials that they took out are the same materials that go back in to maintain the longevity of this road." That's why I'm running for city council, because I'm a little bit worried about the materials that we're using for the longevity of Orem. Specifically, I was sitting down with an executive just this last week of a company here in Orem who's busting at the seams, and I said, where are you going? And he said, "Well, I'm going to American Fork." And I said, "Well, why aren't you staying in Orem?" And he laughed at me. And he said, "No one wants to live in Orem." Can you name one tech startup in the last 5 years that have put their business here in Orem? I can't, and that worries me, because those are the jobs that attract families, that keep Orem City family friendly. Second issue we have, I don't know how many of you, but I avoid Orem Center Street at all costs. Yeah. My brother has a PhD in traffic safety engineering, and he's talked to me a lot about this, and the concern isn't just that traffic's an inconvenience, it's a safety and a city liability issue. And it's something that if we don't focus on, can come back to haunt us in the long run. And finally, I don't know if you know this, but at one time, Orem City boasted that it was the most fiscally responsible city in America. And now, we're approaching average. That's a trend I don't want to be on. I believe we need to either maximize the usefulness of your tax dollars or not use them at all. Today's problems cannot be solved with the same level of thinking that created them. That's Einstein. And I believe we need some creative, some new, and some innovative solutions to some of the challenges that Orem's facing today. So I ask you this time that when you go and vote, you think about what you've done in the past, and you think about the results, and you need to think about doing something different. Because if you don't, we all know what that's the definition of. So this Orem election, when you vote by mail or when you vote by foot, I ask you to vote so that we can put the right materials into our foundation to maintain our safety and our longevity as a city. So I ask you to vote. Remember that Orem has 2 vowels, Przybyla has 1 vowel, and I thank you for your vote. David Przybyla for Orem. Thank you.